and we are coming to you live from Blue Roure Mall in Takai for today's final quarterfinal of the 2024 Dis-Chem Brain of CapeTalk. Welcome to all of our CapeTalk listeners listening to us at home or in the car or at work, wherever you may be, but a special warm welcome to our live audience who've joined us. It's fantastic to have such a full house. They are here to support our quarterfinal and semi-final contestants today. There's a lot still to get through this morning. Thank you for tuning in, and special thanks to those who've made the effort to come and support today. A reminder that we are first going to play this week's quarterfinal round. That will be followed by the semi-final, putting our 4 semi-finalists through their paces, and that will determine this year's Brain of CapeTalk. Now, a reminder that the Dis-Chem Brain of CapeTalk has a date with Destiny on Monday morning, or rather a date with Lester Kibbett and the Brain of 702. They will go head-to-head 7 o'clock on Monday morning in the search for this year's Brain of Brains. There's a long way to go before we get there. There's quite a bit of money on the table. A reminder, 10,000 Rand for a quarterfinal win, 20,000 Rand for a semi-final win, and another 40,000 Rand for the Brain of Brains. It's starting to get really serious. The nerves must be building for the 4 women to my right. We have our daily winners from the week that was. Unfortunately, one of them not able to make it to Takai today. So it's improved odds, but maybe increased nerves, I think, for our 4 daily winners. Let me introduce them to you before we put them through any questions. Monday's winner, Leslie Scott, is a psychometrist and writer. It's her second time as a quarterfinalist in the Dis-Chem Brain of CapeTalk. I thought I recognized the face. Leslie, welcome back. Hopefully that means there are no nerves involved whatsoever. Leslie is a very prolific reader, which is probably why she is sitting where she is. Her favorite subjects range from geography and biology to music and literature, and in her spare time she enjoys reading, photography and travel. Leslie, welcome back.
Thanks.
Travel to where? What's your favorite destination so far, and what's still on the bucket list?
So far, I can't really say. Every place has its own magic, and the bucket list is anywhere I haven't been before. I'm game for adventure.
I love the way you think. Okay, well, game for adventure you have to be doing what you're doing today. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You know how it's done, so Leslie, may the best woman win today. Our Tuesday winner is also a name I recognize when I heard Jane in Muizenberg. I know that's a regular listener. Jane Eager is her name. She's an art director from Muizenberg, and it says here that she doesn't have any particular specialties, but her head just seems to be filled with random information. Jane, obviously you've perfected the art of scratching through that info and sourcing the relevant information.
It's rather unreliable.
Lots of rounds of Trivial Pursuit in your past, perhaps?
I don't know.
Okay. And I mean, also somebody with very, very broad interests ranging from sewing and DIY. And I mention that because our DIY man, Angelo, has come to support our contestants today. So we'll have to introduce you afterwards and make some connections. Is it your first time in a quarterfinal round? No?
I went to Tiger Valley a long time ago. My friends over there were here, so they have to tell you how many years ago.
Okay, so you've done this before.
Yep.
You know, it's a short spell of time, but it feels like a lifetime in some cases when that clock is ticking in your ear. But good luck to you, Jane.
I'd rather be in the living room.
It's always easier listening on the couch at home, isn't it? Now, our next contestant was Wednesday's winner. Suzaan Hall is a news editor from Boston. Suzaan, where did you study journalism?
At Stellenbosch.
Okay. Nice to have a fellow journalist in the room. Now, you've also reached the quarterfinals before, haven't you?
I have, and I've never gone past it.
Okay, well, let's see if we can crack that one today. Also, somebody with a wide range of interests, but you're particularly keen on sports, I believe. Suzaan, what are your favorites?
I enjoy watching cricket.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I hope we're not keeping you away from any major games today. No?
There's a test series going on, but the timing was fine.
Okay, we'll get this over and done with as fast as possible. Well, good luck to you.
Thanks.
Unfortunately, Thursday's winner, Cornelia, was not able to join us today, which means we'll move straight on to Friday's winner, Heidi Goodman. I heard you squeezing at the end on Friday, Heidi in Lakeside. You've also played in the Brain before and done very well before, haven't you?
To the quarterfinals, yeah.
Okay, so all 4 of our quarterfinalists today are in fact repeat players.
Have any of you got through to the next round? No, okay, so it'll be a first.
So it's going to be a first for whatever happens this afternoon. Heidi, you've also got a very wide variety of interests. What are your particular favorite hobbies?
Swimming, hiking, reading, a lot of reading.
Are you one of those early morning cold water swimmers?
No.
No, not that crazy.
No.
Okay. Well, as I said, quite unusual and lovely to have 4 female quarterfinalists this year. John Maytham is going to take them through their paces and put them through their questions. And please cheer loudly in between to those who are here supporting them. And to those listening at home, remember it's a lot tougher sitting here on stage than it is sitting on the couch at home. We wish you all the best of luck. And over to you, John.
Thank you very much. Just listening to Suzaan and cricket, going to name drop here. When I worked with John Cleese, he's a very keen cricket fan, and England were playing the West Indies at the time. So every 10 minutes or so, I did the first half of the show on stage with him. The second half of the show he was on by himself. And every 10 minutes he'd sort of wander over to where I was standing at the side of the stage, and I would have to mouth the cricket score to him. And he'd nod and go back on with his show. So I can tell you, Suzaan, that India are now 136 for 4. There we go. Okay. Leslie, you're up first. No idea whether it's good or bad or neutral to be the first contestant in the junior brain, which we played off air. Our first contestants set a very good score of 13, and I think it's interesting for the audience if there is a high score for the other contestants to chase. But one way or another, just a reminder that it's only marginally different from what we do during the day in the week, in that instead of 60 seconds and a maximum of 15 questions, we have 90 seconds and a maximum of 25 questions. Otherwise, everything is exactly the same. If you pass a spelling question, I spell the word out. If you pass another question, I simply move on, and if we have time, which is unlikely, I'll go back to the past question. If you give an answer correctly, I say correct. If you give it incorrectly, I say both incorrect and give the correct answer. So that's it, and at the end, the person who has the highest number of correct answers wins 10,000 rand and stays on the stage with the prospect of, in the next 15 minutes, winning another 20,000 rand. A lot of money is at stake. Okay, Leslie, so we do it. Shall we do it? Let's
I'm
do
ready.
it.
Thanks.
Please start the clock.
3, 2, 1.
Spell the word ambitious.
Ambitious.
Correct. Complete the saying. Blood is thicker than.
Water.
Correct. True or false? The term rhinology refers to the study of the nose.
True.
Correct. In which province is the Midmar Dam?
KwaZulu-Natal.
Correct. In what sport does Bongi and Bonambi take part?
Rugby.
Correct. Which continent has the world's longest river?
Africa.
Correct. In military, the term AWOL means absent without?
Leave.
Correct. Which word means renowned, famous, or infamous?
Famous.
Correct. What sport does David Bedingham play for South Africa?
Cricket.
Correct. True or false? Bloemfontein lies about 1,650 meters above sea level.
True.
Incorrect. False. What are the two upper chambers of the human heart called?
Atria.
Correct. Which team won the Rugby World Cup in 1991, Australia or South Africa?
Australia.
Correct. On which continent is the Gobi Desert?
Africa.
Incorrect. Asia. Which country has never hosted the men's FIFA Soccer World Cup, New Zealand or South Korea?
South Korea.
Incorrect. New Zealand. True or false? The fans of the singer Bruno Mars are called hooligans.
True.
Correct. Of which ocean is the Sea of Japan a part?
Pacific.
Correct. In business, the abbreviation P&L stands for profit and?
Loss.
Correct. Which South African PSL soccer team is nicknamed the Glamour Boys?
Pass.
Which actress is linked to the band Wicked Wisdom, Halle Berry or Jada Pinkett Smith?
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Correct. Complete the title of the Oscar-winning movie, Everything What All at Once?
Everything and nothing.
Everywhere.
Oh.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. That was a very, very, very good performance. The Nile is indeed the world's longest river at roughly 6,650 kilometers. As a matter of interest, the second longest is?
The Amazon.
The Amazon is correct. Any idea by how many kilometers it might be shorter?
I have no idea.
Have a guess.
100.
250. The Amazon is 250 kilometers shorter. You said it is true that Bloemfontein lies about 1,650 meters above sea level. In fact, Bloemfontein is 1,382 meters above. And then you passed the PSL soccer team, the Glamour Boys. Anybody? The Glamour Boys? Kaiser Chiefs, one of the team getting it right. So that's a pretty high bar.
Hi, it is, John, and a blistering pace is what got you there, Leslie. Congratulations. With a score of 15. That is where the bar is set. Absolutely remarkable pace. Well done. That means that our 3 remaining contestants need 15 to stay in the running, 16 or more to take up the leading role for now. We hand over to our second contestant of the day, Jane Eager of Muizenberg. Over to you, John.
Jane, how are you feeling? Even more like you want to be on your sofa at home.
Or on the beach.
Never. Okay, well, here you are at the Blue Roure Mall, sitting on a relatively comfortable faux leather chair. So there we go. Crack on. 15 or 16. That is the minimum. Please start the clock.
3, 2, 1.
Spell the word cartilage.
Cartilage.
Correct. Complete the saying. You pour oil on troubled.
Water.
Correct. True or false? The term seismology means the study of cyclones.
True.
Incorrect. False. In which province are New Bethesda and the Owl House?
Western Cape.
Incorrect. Eastern Cape. In what sport does Lloyd Harris take part?
Tennis.
Correct. On which continent is the world's most ice?
Antarctica.
Correct. In South Africa, the abbreviation SSA stands for State what agency?
Security.
Correct. Which word means restrict, advance, or confine?
Confine.
Correct. What sport does Kurtley Arendse play for South Africa?
Soccer.
Incorrect. Rugby. True or false? Polokwane lies about 1,330 meters above sea level.
False.
Incorrect. True. What are the 2 lower chambers of the human heart called?
Pass.
Which team won the Rugby World Cup in 2003, Ireland or England?
England.
Correct. On which continent is the Mojave Desert?
South America.
Incorrect.
North America.
Which country has never hosted the Men's FIFA Soccer World Cup, Portugal or Spain?
Portugal.
Correct. True or false? The fans of the singer Christina Aguilera are named Aggies.
True.
Incorrect. False. Of which ocean is the Caribbean Sea a part?
Pacific.
Incorrect. Atlantic. In business, the acronym SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and?
Don't know.
The answer is threats. Hey, anybody who's looking at you critically hasn't done what you've just done, so forgive yourself if you're being critical of yourself at the moment. Seismology is not the study of cyclones, it is the study of?
Earth movement.
Earthquakes, earth movements, yes. New Bethesda and the Owl House are in the Eastern Cape, not sort of between Graaff-Reinet and Craddock, and to the left as you're heading west. Kurtley Arendse plays on the wing for South Africa in rugby. Polokwane is 1,334 meters above sea level, so the question was largely true. The 2 lower chambers of the human heart are called the ventricles. The Mojave Desert, you corrected the answer, but I'm being told by the judges that they're not going to accept that. The fans of Christina Aguilera are not nicknamed Aggies, they are nicknamed, anybody? Nobody. Nobody. We've got 150 people here, and nobody knows that, wow, the fighters follow Christina Aguilera.
Did you know that, John?
Of course I did.
Of course you did.
I'm a huge fan of Christina Aguilera. I followed her career since she won the Grammy for the most promising new artist in 2001. And she beat into second place a blues guitarist from Texas called Suzaan Hall, who I think is a much superior artist. And subsequent to that, I've listened to all of their music to keep proving myself correct.
Right, John.
And
Proving
Suzaan
he is a
Hall,
fighter.
I'll give you free choice of 6 bottles of wine from my cellar if you can tell me who Suzaan Hall is married to. Incorrect, they divorced. Connect, I'll give you some wine. There we go. I'm not going to give you free choice, but the Tedeschi Trucks Band, if you like kind of slow, swampy Texan blues, that's who you need to listen to. Okay, I need to shut up and get on to the score, don't I?
John,
Yeah.
thank you. Leslie, with a score of 8, it was not enough to topple, Jane, with a score of 8, not enough to topple Leslie's 15. And I have to say, as so often happens, the true or false either or questions just didn't go in your favor today. Had you been sitting at home on your couch with no clock ticking in your ear, I have no doubt you would have chosen differently, as is so often the case. So the bar remains at 15. Leslie's score is still the score to beat. Suzaan Hall is our next competitor, and a reminder, Suzaan, 15, and you'll go to sudden death or stay in the running for sudden death, 16 or more, and you will become the current leader.
I'm fascinated by what seems to me the fact that when contestants are offered a choice of two answers, more often than not they choose incorrectly. And I listened back to 68 questions where you were said, is it this or is it that? And of those, 49 were incorrectly answered. So that is a significant percentage. It's more, it seems to me, more than a random percentage. And I'm fascinated to know why, but I have done some research. I've had a look through various psychological journals online, and I haven't found an answer. So I don't know whether the strategy is to go with your gut feel or go, my gut feel says A, so I'm going to say B, because statistically it seems that more people get it wrong than get it right. I don't know. I'm fascinated by it. Suzaan, so you still need to get at least 15 in order for you to become the first of our 4 quarterfinalists to make it through to a semi-final. At the moment, Leslie is in that position. Please start the clock.
3, 2, 1.
Spell the word colleague.
Colleague.
Correct. Complete the saying. It's so quiet you can hear a what drop.
Pin.
Correct. True or false? The term hematology means the study of blood.
True.
Correct. In which province is the Soutpansberg mountain range?
Limpopo.
Correct. In what sport does Gerda Steyn take part?
Running. Road running.
Correct. To which continent does the island Iceland belong?
Europe.
Correct. In medicine, the abbreviation DOA means dead on.
Arrival.
Correct. Which word means reveal, conceal, or disclose?
Second one.
Correct. What sport does Evidence Magopa play for South Africa?
Soccer.
Correct. True or false? Peter Maritzburg lies about 500 meters above sea level.
True.
Incorrect. False. What waste product is transported to the heart so it can be pumped to the lungs?
Carbon dioxide.
Correct. Which team won the Rugby World Cup in 2011, Australia or New Zealand?
New Zealand.
Correct. On which continent is the Patagonian Desert?
South America.
Correct. Which country has never hosted the FIFA Soccer World Cup, the Netherlands or Germany?
Netherlands.
Correct. True or false? The fans of the rapper Eminem are nicknamed Stans.
True.
Correct. Of which ocean is the Irish Sea a part?
Indian.
Incorrect. Atlantic. In business, the acronym ROI stands for Return On.
Investment.
Correct. Which South African PSL soccer team is nicknamed the Dubai Birds?
Broken Swallows.
Correct. Which actress is linked to the band Lola Wolf, Zoe Kravitz or Brie Larson?
Rabbits.
Kravitz is correct, but it was not given to us in time. Again, that is going to be very, very close. Whether you got 15 or more than 15, we will find out very shortly. Peter Maritzburg is 724 meters above sea level. And other than that, you pretty much got everything. The Irish Sea is part of the Atlantic. But otherwise, there is not a question that you did not get correct. There's not a question that you passed. So, Pippa.
You got your maths right, having gone through 18 questions and missed only 2 of them. You are the new front runner, Suzaan, with a score of 16. Congratulations.
And India now 155 for 4. Jaiswal, who scored a double century in the last test, is batting well, is in his high 60s, no doubt.
Right, so Heidi, our final quarterfinalist, that means that you need 16 correct answers to force us to a sudden death round. 17 or more, and the quarterfinal will be yours and the prize money to go with it. Good luck to you, Heidi.
Okay, Heidi, let's just crack straight on, not give you any more time to stew in a mess of stress and anticipation. Please start the clock.
3,
Thank you.
2, 1.
Spell the word desperate.
Desperate.
Correct. Complete the saying. Finders, keepers, losers.
Weepers.
Correct. True or false? The term hepatology means the study of the kidneys.
False.
Correct. In which province is the Valley of Desolation?
Eastern Cape.
Correct. In what sport does Hilda Maguire take part?
Pass.
The Caribbean islands are north of which continent?
South America.
Correct. In sport, the abbreviation IOC stands for International What Committee?
Pass.
Which word means ridicule, deride, or revere?
Deride.
Correct. What sport does Marvin Ory play for South Africa?
Pass.
True or false? Potchefstroom lies about 1,700 meters above sea level.
False.
Correct. What gas is brought from the lungs to the heart and pumped to the rest of the body?
Oxygen.
Correct. Which rugby team won the World Cup in 2015? France or New Zealand?
New Zealand.
Correct. On what continent is the Chihuahuan Desert?
Pass.
Which country has never hosted the FIFA Soccer World Cup, Argentina or Belgium?
Belgium.
Correct. True or false? The fans of the singer Lady Gaga are nicknamed gangsters.
Pass.
Of which ocean is the Arabian Sea a part?
Indian.
Correct. In business, the acronym IPO stands for Initial What Offering?
Pass.
Which South African PSL soccer team is nicknamed Chili Boys?
Pass.
Which actor is linked to the band Dead Man's Bones, Russell Crowe or Ryan Gosling? The answer is Ryan Gosling. Quite a few questions passed, which I think will probably be to your disadvantage. IOC, International What Committee? Olympic, correct. Marvin Ory plays rugby for South Africa. Chihuahuan Desert is on what continent?
South America.
North America. It's a Mexican desert, so it's on the North American continent. And you said correctly, no, I think you passed a true or false question, which is an interesting strategy. The fans of the singer Lady Gaga are not nicknamed gangsters. They are called... Stephen, did you say little monsters? Lady Gaga's fans are little monsters. And the South African PSL soccer team, nicknamed the Chili Boys, is Chipper United, for those who want to know the answer to that. Probably not enough. The percentage of correct answers given is high, but there were many questions not answered.
John, that is correct. A high percentage of correctly answered questions, but just not enough of them. Heidi, with a score of 11, it was not enough to topple this week's quarterfinal winner, Suzaan Hall of Boston. Congratulations. With a score of 16, the outright winner, no need for a tiebreaker. All we need to do is hand you a check for 10,000 Rand, compliments of CapeTalk and Dis-Chem. You are the Dis-Chem Brain of the Week, and better health starts here with Dis-Chem. Suzaan, don't run away. You've got to do it all over again in our semi-final round, which will start in a few minutes' time. Thank you to all of our contestants, and please enter again next year.